Hi, my name is Sabina and we're at the beginning of school year now. I thought I'll make a quick video on how to contact your children's books because I've overheard quite a few parents that were quite frightened by the prospect of covering 7 or 8 books, and I actually love to do that, and I have a very easy technique how to do that, so I thought I'll make a quick video. What you need is contact, a scissor and a large ruler, and you want to cover your table to make sure that you don't damage your table and nothing gets stuck to the contact. So I'm just going to change the video now so you can actually watch over my shoulder while I actually contact the books. Okay, so we've got our contact, and the first thing we're going to do, I just unwrapped it from the package. The first thing we're going to do is actually do one of the big books. Start with the hard part first. Take measurement of it and then cut around 3 centimeters around it, just whatever is easiest. So this makes sense to me. Contact comes in a lot of different qualities, and I've got the feeling that this is not one of the best quality, which makes it harder because you get bubbles quicker when the contact is not the best quality, and it's also much lighter. If you have a good quality contact, it tends to be heavier and easier to work with. But if we can do it with this one, we can definitely do it. Okay. So this is the size of the book. Then I'm going to take the book away. Just undo the edges. Tiny bit. Yes, this feels like this is not good quality, so I might go to the shop and buy some other one. But we'll try this book with this one. Okay, so I've given myself around 3 centimeters. So I can just do that here. Give myself around 3 centimeters. Because I've covered the table, it's not the end of the world if I just touch the table slightly. I'm just going to do the edge, then I'm going to get my ruler, and so I've got enough room here, enough room there, and around 3 centimeters here. So I'm doing my ruler, and underneath I'm pulling it. So I'm doing 2 things at once. Pushing it. Better to be slow and steady and to do it well than to rush it. If there are some bubbles, you can push them out with your finger, and most of them should be preventable, especially if you have good quality contact. So gently until we're at the edge of the book. So I've got a little something here. Let's see if I can take that off. Just push it to the side. Okay. So, if you have a glass table, it's really good to work on a glass table. I've changed the book around and I've taken off the whole cover here. So now I'm on the halfway point and I make sure that it doesn't stick. Gently I'm going over this. Any air bubbles in your mouth now. If it's just if it's a book or just a covering of a book, it's forgiving if you pull it back. If it's normal plain paper like it was in the front, it's not as forgiving if you pull it back. So the idea is that you do the hardest side first. And also, it's always good practice to start at the front, because that's what they'll see most. Okay, here we go. So, get the air bubbles away. If you notice, like I'm noticing now, is that it's very prone to air bubbles. I've just bought too cheap air material, so I'm going to go back to the shops and buy a dearer one for my next books, but even so, this is pretty good. Yeah, so we've turned it around now. We know the outside is already good, so whatever happens here, it doesn't really matter. The first thing we're going to do is cut the sides. Just like a few millimeters from the edges, from the corner. Put this aside. Cut the sides here. Here and cut the corners really. Depending on what you're covering, you have to make a space here and here. Because it's not a very thick book, I'll just leave around a centimeter. This gives a bit of ease of use. So, and I'm cutting that quite flush to the edge, and I can always correct that once I'm done with all the just change it over. So, okay, then we're going to put the papers all to one side, flip this to the inside and just make it flush with the corners of the book. If you want, you can use a ruler. It's probably best to use a ruler. Most likely it's against the bubbles, so you do this, then my ruler. Pull the other one, again flush, like pull it tight, and we're pushing it down so it's all nice and neat. Pushing it down here, first with our hands, then with the ruler. Probably easiest to pull it towards you rather than away from you. If there's a little bit of marks here, it doesn't matter, it's a pretty good job. So, now we're doing this side, so we're flipping the papers to the outside. Start with this side again. Because we, before we started, we made sure that we were about 3 centimeters out. That's going to save you here. If you've got 5 centimeters on either side, it's going to be really tricky to pull that back in the book. So 3 centimeters is good, and you'll find that one side is more than the other, but no one will see that. Like this is much more than the beginning, but that's okay. Okay, pull this back. And put this, so either your hands or a ruler, whatever you find more comfortable. So, now the last, so that's pretty flush, that's pretty good. Yeah. Now I'm just going to put these edges, make sure that they're all nicely cut. Make sure you've got a nice, good scissor. So, and all done. One nicely covered book for my daughter.